What's up, y'all? It's Kendall Kyndall, a.k.a. Best Friend, and you can catch me on Champagne Vibes with Angel LaShonn. Baby, it's going to be a time today. We got a lot to talk about. Pour me up a drink.
Welcome to Champagne Vibes with me, Angel LaShonn, and today I have my friend, everybody's best friend, Kendall Kyndall.
Hey, bitch, my life lit. Hey, bitch, my life lit. Hey, bitch, my life. Bitch, my life. Bitch, my life lit. Oh, I ain't said that in a long time.
And is. Okay. So today we're going to have Bestfriend Talk. You all know him from Instagram, social media, very opinionated, very real, does not hold back. And I know him from our hometown, Flint, where he's been the same opinionated person since I've known him since what, like middle school?
Yeah, wait. If you met my sister in middle school, I was in elementary.
You were elementary, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kendall's sister is like one of my best friends in 7th grade. So we're going to get into not just who y'all know him to be, but who I know him to be. You ready to talk about it?
I mean, let's talk about it.
All
Why
right.
not?
So, Kendall,
Okay.
who are you?
Fine as fuck.
Period.
Well, I am the same person I have always been, like you said, since I was a kid. The world is just now understanding and knowing who I am. This is not a gimmick. This is not scripted. This has been the same person since dual writer, McKinley, 6th grade, and then Southwestern, 7 through 12. And on from after that, college, everything. I guess social media just gave me a chance to showcase who I am. Because I've always been this person. I'm a brother. I'm a guy dad. Because I ain't had no kids.
You're not going to have any?
We can talk about that on another episode. We can go deep with that.
Look, I go back and forth with that.
Yeah,
thought.
I have 2 dogs, and I like the fact that I can leave them at home and go out.
I'm contemplating even getting a dog. You know, I had you on that mission.
Yes, but also, y'all, I'm an actor. I'm a television host. I use my platform to get where I want it to be. That platform, I love it. I will always use it. That's where I get the chance to be myself and talk to my best friends and, as they would say, let my hair down. But I knew that I always wanted to be in TV. I just didn't know how to get there. And when that happened for me in 2015, September, when I went viral, I said, oh, I'm not about to sit here and play on this app with all these people. Because I'm about to show y'all who I really am. And y'all can catch me on All Black a la carte. Y'all can catch me on BET's Games People Play, Season 1 and Season 2. And I got some other stuff coming. I have to leave in December. So, yeah, you know, your boy is working.
What did DJ Khaled say? God did.
God did. And then what somebody else say, I told you? You haven't leveled up. Girl, check my IMDb.
Period.
Anyway, we can talk about that later.
So before we get into that, because we're definitely going to get into that, I want to know if you could describe your strengths in 3 words or in 3 sentences, what would those be?
3 words, I would definitely have to say bravery, because being on social media and doing what I do, you have to be brave. I remember when I went viral the next week, I did not want to do it again because I had got attacked so much. And you know, if you don't have tough skin, that was new to me. Yeah. It was like people were saying some of everything. I was like, nah, I ain't doing it. But you know, I had called Don Quay, and I was like, I want to do it, but I'm a little nervous. He was like, where your Jack and Coke at? I was like in the kitchen. He said, pour it up and fuck them hoes.
Now that's a best friend.
That's a best friend.
That's a best friend.
I said, you know what? I took it and I went hard. And he texted me, he was like, now that's how a bitch supposed to do it.
Period.
No, he said what Respucia said. He said, no, that's how a bitch go down the slide. So I would say bravery, creativity. I'm always being creative. People always think that, like, sometimes I have a resting bitch face, and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm thinking. My mind is always going because I'm thinking about the next thing. Even when I book something, I'm thinking about the next thing, and I get in trouble by my team for that because they like, "Why you don't celebrate yourself? You don't like take a shot. You don't go take yourself out, go buy yourself something. You like okay." And you get off the phone, they like, we be so geeked up in the office, and then you just be like, okay, thank you, bye.
But here's the thing, like this is what I'm learning as I'm stepping out on faith more, and even in what I've done before. It's like I look back on the TV show I was on and think back on that filming. I was not present because I was concerned with the next move.
Yes.
So it's like, is that a focus for you going forward? Like, do you plan on working more on being present? Because these moments you don't get back.
I try to work on being present. I'm trying. It's hard because being a creative or being an actor, being a television host, we always focus on the next thing. Like, okay, we got that. That's locked. Why worry about that? Worry about the next thing because, this will be over. So what's next? Like, I always like to keep going. I hate, and I know we probably talk about this, but I hate being still.
So let's get into that because I want to know, in entertainment, the next step is never guaranteed, right? Like you said, when you work in one job, you concerned with what we gonna do next. What else we got coming? It's boom, boom, boom every time. So what do you do in the wait?
In the wait, being here, it's a little different because I got y'all. I got you, I got Mimi, I got Elle, I got Aaron, I got all y'all, Taki, everybody. So it's just kind of like, y'all always got something. It's always very much something to do. And I don't know, I think when I was in LA, I had my friends, but those friends are entertainment friends. So sometimes when I'm working, they're not working. And when I'm not working, they're working.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like sitting there, and you got to like make sure you don't fall into depression because you will see your friends working, and you'll be like, okay, Lord, that's enough. It's been a couple weeks. Where's the next job? And you just got to keep yourself busy. I always like to say, don't wait, create. So when I find myself feeling like, what's next? I start creating. I start figuring out something else to do. Like right now, I'm getting ready to get on these shakers, this little bar cart, because I'm dropping them Thanksgiving.
I was
Black Friday.
Say, you need
I'm dropping
to.
that.
Yes.
Yes, because right now I'm sitting still. So you got to create your next move if nobody else. Well, yeah, if nobody else have your next move.
Yeah.
Because, you can sit and wait on somebody to call. You can sit and wait on an audition. You can audition and wait on that call back and not get it. That's another thing. If y'all have a call back, if y'all have an audition, don't wait on the call back. Do the audition and forget it and move on because waiting on that call back will tear your head up.
You know what? It reminds me of like my sales journey. What you learn is you can't get caught up on one opportunity. It's a numbers game. So as long as you're doing more, like trying, doing auditions more, whatever the case may be, you have more chances of locking something in. So like you said, it makes sense to not dwell on that one audition. Go looking for the next one and just make it a numbers game and something will come through.
Yeah, so and my third, let me get to my third one. I gave y'all my second. My third one is wisdom. And y'all know I'll be dropping my little gems. As silly as I am, y'all know I'll be dropping my little gems on Best Friend and Chill. So that's another thing I do in the wait. I find myself picking up Best Friend and Chill a little more. Because when I'm working, I don't do it. And a lot of people get mad. But I am a person who have to focus on that one thing. Because if I got too much going on, I'm not going to give everything my all. So if I got a show, I need to give it my all. I need to give that character my all. That's why I'm so proud of myself with a la carte. Because I really was in the moment and I was present with that character. It was a little deep.
You owned it.
It was things that I didn't want to do.
You want to talk about that?
We can. It was things I didn't want to do. But you know what I mean? It was like, okay, if this is your journey, this is what you're going to do in life, being an actor, you have to be present and you have to own that character. So I owned it and my scene partner was very good. Like Angel would say, very good.
Honey, I had to clutch my pearls. Like, look at my friend. I've never seen him in such a way.
And I heard season 2 is gonna be even spicier, so I'm gonna have to take a lot of shots of tequila because these sex scenes is gonna take your boy out. I am not an OnlyFans star and won't ever be, but they trying to make your boy one.
No.
But if I gotta do what it do, at least my same partner.
He can literally carry you, okay? Period. So, okay, we talked about best friend and chill and the weight, and I think that's really, really good advice. Like, just stay busy and focus on creating, because creating can open up new doors that you didn't even think you would have, like bartending.
Exactly.
You get paid to make drinks on the internet. Like, tell me about that. How did you get into that?
Okay, my sister Shamika, one of your best friends, she came to my house in LA. And she left. She bought stuff to make Hennessy sidecars. Now, I never had a Hennessy sidecar until she came and was talking about them and was drinking them. So she ended up making one, and she left the stuff. So she left, I think, that day. And later on, I was looking at the bar. I ain't had much on my bar, y'all. And I was like, okay, Mika left the stuff. Let me go make me. And I just did a video. I was like, I'm going to just show people I'm making a Hennessy sidecar. It became a slamming fest for everybody. I didn't even know that I was slamming the shit on the damn counter. But everybody loved it. And I got, 6,000 to 8,000 comments. That video went up. And so after that, people was like, can we send you this? Can we send you that? My bar started filling up. And then it became a thing. And my team, I ended up getting a new manager. And she was like, oh, that's it. We reaching out to everybody. They started sending me stuff. I was using their products. And after I used it, they saw. Sometimes you have to show people better than you can tell them, because we told them that it was going to do what it needed to do. And then these fools was like, we just want to send them something. Soon as everything went up, everybody was buying the stuff. It was like, oh, I'm going to get that now. I made the drink, and I was reposting it. Then it was like, can we talk sponsorships? Can we talk brand partnerships? Yeah, we can talk. We tried to talk with y'all before.
If you would have listened to us before.
Yeah, so I just learned then, I see that anything that I put on my page and I stand behind, everybody else is gonna want to do it. So we still have to show them better. We could tell them. But I mean, I'm here for it because a check come running right after.
Look, I ain't trying to get churchy, but the word says your gifts will make room for you. And I feel like that's a testament of your life.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of people don't know. Like, they see you on social media, but I want to know, like, about your journey. Like, how did you even get into this? We know you created the Instagram page, but then you went from Instagram talking shit to you on the BET Awards. Like, you're getting social media awards. Like, how did the transition from being in Detroit to moving to LA and like being this celebrity, because you are, how did that happen?
Well, you know, they say favor ain't fair.
Period.
My granddad always told me, your personality will take you further than anything. And like I said, I was working at HR over it. Mondays is the worst day ever. Love and Hip Hop came on Mondays. Monday, coming back after that weekend, you going through them emails and all them issues and them problems, and you just want to like get real ghetto. You want to be like, bitch, what's good? I sent the shit last week.
Per our last conversation.
Right, but you have to say, per our conversation on Friday.
Uh-huh.
So I took that anger, what I really wanted to say to them at work, at computer, and the ones around me, I took it and put it out on TV. And I was at home. I think I was doing a little work, and I'm sitting at the table. And they was talking stupid. You know how I love hip hop. They just say dumb stuff. And I'm like, did she really say that? And I looked up, and I was like, and her wig fucked up.
Ooh, you used to go in on
I'm
those
like, you talking the most
wigs.
shit, and your wig is fucked up, and your outfit is horrible. And who did your makeup? And girl, who is your mama? It just kept going. So I did 15 seconds at the time. I did 15-second video. Posted it and let it go. Finished my work, went to bed, and I woke up the next day, and my phone it was so many notifications, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And you know how you be thinking, like, did I roll over and post something on accident? Like, oh, did the bitch post
So how far to the ground did your heart drop?
All the way. Like, I started sweating immediately trying to open up Instagram. And I was like, and I went to that video, and I was like, oh my God. And then I went to work, and then my phone was blowing up all day. And people was like, you viral, you on Facebook. I was like, no, I'm on Instagram. They was like, no, you on Facebook. Everybody posting. I was like, no, I'm on Instagram. So I went on Facebook and it was everywhere. And I was like, oh, shoot. And then that became a thing. And then in less than a year, I had 1 million followers. And just by doing that and just being myself and speaking the truth, saying what everybody else was feeling, BET reached out.
Okay.
And they was like, we're going to work with you one day. And I was like, okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Then TNT reached out and they brought me on to do Claws. No, BET was first because they brought me out to do the carpet for ABFF Honors, the awards. And they was like, just bring your phone. And when people come down the carpet, do what you do. Talk shit, talk to them, whatever you want to do, have fun. I was like, okay.
What did that feel like in that moment?
I was like, bitch, I made it.
I know you were sharp, too.
I was like, no, first of all, they said my dumb ass, I remember the outfit. Oh my God, I had a 3-piece on. I had a 3-piece. They was like, come on, Easter soup.
Look,
you know, you have your red carpet moment where you like, okay, I had to figure it out. But after that, I said, oh, I'm coming for you bitches.
And you ain't skipped the beat.
And every time I hit the carpet, I'll be like, what's good?
I ain't no 3-piece suit today.
Yeah, so I did that. Then TNT reached out, and they was like, hey, we bringing some influencers out to do Claws because it's a new show coming out. And that's how I met Niecy Nash and Karuchi. Left there, Niecy called me and was like, hey, I got this part. I want you on it. I want you to play the DJ. You might got to say a couple words, but you just turning up like you do on Instagram. And she was like, you got a self-tape. I'm like, what is that? And she was like, just call me when you get home. So she taught me how to self-tape. And then I sent it to her. And she was like, do another one and play DJ Khaled. I got the keys. So I was like, all right. And I sent it to her. She was like, perfect. She sent it over. That was on a Monday. Thursday, they was like, hey, you've been booked. I was gone again. I didn't have no PTO. My boss was like, yeah, okay, but you don't have no PTO. I was like, okay. Because I'm going to get a bag anyway.
Period.
So y'all can keep that little coin y'all was trying to give me. And then I went and did that. And I think, what was that, 2017? After that, I was like, I'm moving to LA. Because I kept getting booked out there because BET Awards. And I did some other stuff with BET in New York. So I was going from New York to LA. And then Love and Hip Hop started using me to do like Facebook Lives. And it was like either New York, LA. And I said, I'm moving to LA. That was my last winter. It was cold. I was like, I ain't scraping another car.
You were running to the airport.
Yeah, and I hit it. And when I got there on a Wednesday in LA. On a Friday, I was booked. I hit the ground running. And I was so nervous to move to Angel because I was like, what if I'm sitting there? What if it ain't what it is? And everybody just kept saying, get here. MTV, VH1, BET. It was like, get here, you'll be fine. I got there, I was fine. And like I said, favor ain't fair.
All right, so we talked about the journey. Like, I think it's an amazing story. It's definitely like God did it.
Yes,
you know. Did. But when it comes to your opinions of these reality shows, how do you deal with the bad reactions that you receive?
I don't. I don't, because if I deal with it, then I'm subscribing to their bullshit. I said what you put on TV. You mad at me because that's what you put. You showed everybody that you mad because I talked about it. Now, I can see if I went digging, like the blogs, and I went digging and went searching for stuff so I can talk about you. That's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about what you put on TV, and that's the end of that. If you got a problem with that, you gonna deal with it. So I don't, and most of the time, I don't even look at the comments. I'll like go through a couple of them and kind of laugh. And sometimes you get a couple bad ones, and I just laugh because, I mean, look where I am. If I was focused on that, I wouldn't be focused on my focus. So you gotta have tough skin. And this skin came over time because it wasn't tough. Before I used to go in, I would pick the camera up and go back and reply to one of them comments. And I'd be like, bitch, first of all, and then it was taking too much of my energy. So you just got to learn how to like post and forget it and keep going and move on to the next thing. Because I said what I said, now y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. And thank you for getting my engagement up. So whether it's bad or it's good, my engagement is up.
They
and my videos is circulating.
They say if they ain't talking about you, you ain't doing nothing.
You ain't doing nothing, and clearly I'm doing a lot.
Right. And when you're not talking about them, they're not doing anything.
That was said to me by the producers from the green screen. They said, if Kendall ain't talking about you, you not relevant. So I had a couple of them, I ain't gonna say no names, reach out and paid me to talk about them. And they were like, please talk about me. You could say whatever you want, but just mention my business. I'm like, I got you.
So, like, what's the worst reaction you've ever gotten from?
I have had a couple of them. One was A1 brother. He attacked me and said he got some people for me because I was talking about his mama, Pam. Pam did not care. Their mama, she was so funny. I used to go in on her wigs, and her and Lyrica mama used to go at it. So them two, I used to go in on them, and they thought that was the funniest shit. Like when they finally met me, they was like all over me. They was like, boy, I love you. You be talking shit. I'm gonna beat your ass. You need a whoop. Let me get my belt. So the kids just overreacted. They're in their feelings. He was like, you ain't gonna be talking about my mama. I got somebody. Don't you ever come to St. Louis. Your life over. Whatever. She was like, don't worry about my son. She was like, that nigga. She's like,
He's just in his feels.
Yeah, and then I had a couple. Jonathan from New York attacked me before, and then he came back like a year later, and we cool now. He was like, I apologize. I was in a really dark space.
Yeah.
So now he like hit me up all the time. Like if I'm in New York, he's like, yeah, let's go get drinks, but I'm always busy. And then recently, Erica Mena, she reaching. She is reaching because I told her, I said, don't have no more babies by Safari. So she took that and tried to reach and said, who are you to tell a woman? She said I was an ugly mess. So who are you to tell a woman not to have no more kids? No, I didn't tell you not to have no more kids. I said don't have no more by Safari. Y'all need to get yourself together and find out who Erica is and let him find out who Safari is. But of course, she tried to make it a thing, and she posted me on her story. And she tried to use a video. She took a screenshot of a video when I needed a haircut and I was doing a face treatment. So she took that part, like the ugly face.
She had you looking crazy.
Exactly. But when people go to my page and see that glow up after I came back, it is like, oh. So she tried it, but I just liked her comment, and she came with another one. But clearly, she overreacted because when I tried to go read it, she deleted it.
So she was just in her feelings at the time.
Yeah, everybody, usually when they do, they in their feelings, and then after that, they good.
So with that being said, it seems like you have things pretty much under control. Yeah. Like you're coasting, even in the wait, like things continue to come along in God's time. So I want to know from you, what's the best advice you ever received?
Ooh. I got some good advice.
I'm ready.
I got some good advice. Niecy Nash is one of my mentors, and also Nina Parker. Nina Parker always told me, control the set. Don't let the set control you. You control that set. Don't let them tell you what you're going to do, and don't let them tell you who you are because they booked you because of who you are. She said, you be exactly who you are. If they try to make you be somebody else, you continue to do exactly what you're supposed to do and be who you are. And I was like, okay. And she was like, because they can cut and say action. She's like, you keep doing that same thing, they ain't got nothing to use but that.
That's true.
And I was like, okay, cool. Niecy told me, I don't know how to say this.
I'm scared.
I don't know if I should say it. Maybe
not. Maybe for another time. I think the first one is very good advice.
Yeah.
Be you.
Yeah. Niecy told me the same thing. She told me the exact same thing. And I will say this. Niecy said, if you get sent an audition and you don't know how to play it, or like say if you're supposed to be like a basketball player, you know I don't play basketball. She said, figure it out. She said, and if you can't figure out how to play that role right quick, she said, call me. I'll help you figure it out.
She gonna help you dribble the ball.
She said, no, I can dribble. And she was like, call me. I'll help you figure it out. She's like, we'll figure it out together. She's like, all my roles, she's like, most of the roles I've played, she said, I'm like, I don't know how to do this. She said, but I figured it out. She said, it's all about acting. And
but it seems like, I mean, when you look at Will Smith was never a boxer.
Exactly.
He figured it out. And he gave it his all, and then he played Muhammad Ali. So it makes sense. Like, you're an actor.
If you can't figure it out, call me. We'll figure it out together. I said, okay.
And get that check.
Yep. So that's those two is my go-tos whenever.
Okay. So while we're wrapping up, I want you to give your best advice to those that have goals of getting into entertainment.
I will say this: ignore the noise. Then the noise could be family, friends, people on social media, people that don't know you. Ignore it. Do what you want to do, and don't be afraid to be amazing.
And that's it. We can close this out. Thank you, Kendall.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
This was exciting.
I thought I was gonna be a little tipsy, but you know.
But we can't do that.
Yeah, I'll be back later.
When we wrap. Come back, party time.
Right.
Cheers.